Angel Reese is the most unskilled basketball player in the history of basketball, in my opinion. She has no skills. She has energy, she has an attitude, she'll rebound you the basketball. Great.
This may be one of the most surprising collapses we've ever witnessed on a basketball floor. Reese recently had such a bad game that even her own coach had to call out the issues. It gets even more shocking, coach, since she went 0 for 8 from the field, turned the ball over 5 times, and got rebounds that some claim don't even count because the majority came from her own missed shoots. Marsh publicly acknowledged the team's issues following the match.
Chicago Sky head coach admits Angel Reese mistake.
Coach Marsh admitted in the article that the offense wasn't set up correctly for Reese and the other bigs, emphasizing the need to give post players more opportunities and that Reese's shots felt hurried. So how did things get this bad? Let's examine exactly what went wrong for Angel Reese in that game.
Second-year star Angel Reese had a nightmare game on offense. She sent 0 for 8 shooting, with her only 2 points coming on a pair of free throws. The point forward also committed 5 turnovers.
Angel Caitlin Clark, one of the tallest players in the league, has a higher block percentage than Reese, which further highlights how badly Reese is performing on both ends of the court. Reese's stat line told the story: 0 for 8 shooting, 5 turnovers, and 12 rebounds, 8 of which came from tracking down her own misses.
Guys, 26 minutes. Almost 20. Let's just call it 27 minutes. When you're at 26:56, we're calling it 27 minutes. 0 from 8 for the field. 8 offensive rebounds. Don't worry, we'll get to the video. 12 rebounds, 5 turnovers, 2 points. Why can't Angel Reese ever block a shot? Question mark. I'd love to understand that.
This performance completely changed the narrative for a player who is hailed as Chicago's next big thing. As a second-year player poised to establish himself as a team mainstay, Reese entered the season with great hopes. Yet, this game turned out to be a game-changing event that no one could have foreseen.
Stop that nonsense about these rebounds. What good are rebounds I mean, what good is rebounds if you can't come back and make a shot or pass the ball back out? She finally passed the ball back out.
Reese was right beneath the basket, unguarded, and wonderfully set up when she missed the layup. The ball rebounded back to her, and she missed again. That sequence established the tone for the remainder of the game. The battle began early and only got worse in the first quarter.
Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pick it off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Oh, God. At least she finally passed the ball out. Oh, my God.
The reaction was swift and harsh, with both fans and analysts calling her performance unplayable and historically poor. It wasn't just the missed shots, though. It was the way they seemed to pile up, each one more deflating than the last. Analysts called it diabolical, and fans instantly clipped the moment and shared it on social media.
She still has the same bad habits as last year. She still has all the same flaws as last year.
On paper, double-digit rebounds appear impressive, but when you look closer, the story changes. 8 offensive boards in a game would typically indicate dominance on the glass, but when many are the result of missed layups, it calls into question efficiency and decision-making. This is what makes those 12 rebounds so complex.
She does get rebounds, so she can't actually rebound the ball. What she cannot do is shoot the ball at all. And the same woes from last year are back.
By the second half, Reese appeared to be fighting herself just as much as the defense and the crowd's silence after each miss said it all. These weren't contested boards in traffic, but rather second and third chances that kept ending in frustration. One more miss, another rush, another missed chance.
Angel Reese, offensive rebound. Jonquel Jones blocks Angel Reese. Offensive rebound. Jonquel Jones blocks Angel Reese. 1 foot layup. 1 foot layup. Offensive rebound, misses layup. Offensive rebound, misses layup. Offensive rebound.
The critique didn't end with Reese's performance in this one game. Some analysts had already questioned whether she had worked hard enough in the offseason to improve her mechanics and finish around the rim, and the turnovers and missed layups seemed to support those suspicions. The attention swiftly changed from a prospective star to a player whose focus and preparation were closely monitored. The topic of discussion shifted to whether she required further development or if she was actually prepared for the demands of the WNBA.
Her defenders, you can't be. You can't defend this. And look, this ain't the first time. We know it's not the first time. This is just the first time that all the clouds aligned and there was no points.
As the game progressed, it wasn't just the statistics that were difficult to comprehend. It was the sense of disbelief. One viral social media post captured the atmosphere. She just tries and tries to drop the ball, nothing like she literally sucks. As the final buzzer sounded, the focus shifted to Reese's struggles. Was the team's offensive system to blame, or was Reese to blame for the collapse? Coach Marsh provided some clarification after the game, highlighting the system. "I've got to be better at getting the ball into our post players," pointing to a failure to properly use both Reese and Camila Cardardosa.
"I've got to be better at getting the ball into our post players," Marsh said via Chicago Sky. They basically showing the tweet there. Cardoso finished 3 of 8 shooting for 6 points. Fans on social media agreed that Marsh needed to help his post players. Angel and Camila deserve better. Jeff P got icy hot, and Ben Gay team, they are not playing through their bigs.
That is an uncommon degree of accountability from a coach, particularly following a game in which his star forward failed to make a basket. He even went so far as to highlight Reese's difficulties making decisions when the ball is in her hands.
He believed part of Reese's problem on Thursday was that she rushed her attempts. So let's read this one, man. "Some of her shots were rushed," Marsh said via Jason Leeser of the Chicago Sun-Times.
The Chicago Sky have suffered greatly as a result of these shortcomings, but the wider picture is even more concerning. They have lost by 60 points in their previous 2 games, which is not a slump but a complete collapse. In one game, the Sky shot only 29% from the field and had trouble finishing inside despite creating open looks for a post player like Reese, who thrives on rhythm and structure. The disjointed offense made every possession difficult, and when she did get the ball, it was frequently late in the shot clock or in a crowded paint, resulting in rushed shots and missed opportunities. Coach Marsh acknowledged this, saying, "We shot the ball decent from 3 tonight, but our efficiency in the paint wasn't that great."
Man, the Sky's 29% shooting was an issue for Chicago in their 93-58 loss to the Indiana Fever on Saturday. Poor offense and defense caused a 99-74 defeat to the New York Liberty during Thursday night's home opener in front of 9,025 fans at Wintrust Arena.
The pressure is on Reese to finish plays and set an example even when the offense isn't clicking. But with the Sky in free fall and the spotlight burning brighter than ever, the conversation is beginning to change despite Marsh's willingness to acknowledge that the system failed. People are beginning to look behind Reese's XS and OS and wonder if there is more going on with him than just missed shots or poor spacing. And that's when the criticism really begins turning.
It was a weird one. It was a really, really weird one. And you're seeing fans turn on her. You're seeing fans turn on Angel Reese. Like, I've never seen the Angel Reese hate watch be like this. I'm hearing Sky fans. I'm hearing Sky fans. I'm hearing Angel fans being like, you know what? She needs to do something about the layups. And that is a fact.
What's currently grabbing everyone's attention is how fans are responding to Angel Reese's struggles and whether her life off the court is beginning to overshadow her game. The discussion isn't just about missed layups and turnovers anymore. Some fans are pointing out how frequently Reese appears on TikTok or in brand deals and wondering if that's hindering her growth as a player. Following her shooting night of 0 for 8 and 5 turnovers, the criticism escalated to a point where social media was ablaze with comments about her priorities.
Lost by 35 and then 25. Trash. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow's right. Angel Reese is absolute trash. 0 for 8. What superstar really does that? Meanwhile, 20 points per game is somewhere in Mexico, autographing and kissing fans' breasts.
Seeing how visible Reese has gotten outside of basketball, attending events, posting with businesses, and communicating with fans online is a major source of this annoyance. While some view this favorably, claiming that her off-court activities actually increase the WNBA's visibility and attract new fans, others are certain that it contributes to the issue. One recurring theme on Twitter is that Reese should devote more time to film and drills rather than her influencer side. Fans frequently draw attention to how Caitlin Clark never gives up, even after a difficult game, while Reese's dedication is frequently questioned by some. Ree is shown as distracted and less committed, whereas Clark is the epitome of perseverance and focus.
You do have Sky fans that are turning on Tyler Marsh. They're screaming that Kennedy Carter should be back on the team. Angel Reese should be off the team. It is getting, what's the saying in baseball?
The blowback is difficult. Not only are people criticizing her statistics, but they are also taking it personally. Some fans have even gone so far as to call Reese a wannabe influencer, claiming that she isn't working hard to improve her shooting or become a leader on the court. There are even posts implying that she might be kicked out of the league if things don't change, but it's crucial to keep in mind that those are the opinions of a small percentage of the fan base, and the disappointment is genuine and evident everywhere you look. When Ree was drafted, she was expected to be the player who could turn things around for the better. But after games like this, some are saying she has turned into a liability rather than a hero.
The scout to come out and just force feed Camilla the ball. Cause I feel like we ain't even got a chance to see what.
Not when she playing soft, bro. Like you gotta earn those opportunities.
That's my thing. I told him, hey, you were here. I'm like, I don't think they want to give her the ball. They don't trust her.
But why?
Because every time we play, have you seen, like literally since this season started, every time she gets the ball, it's like, oh my God.
There is a strong edge to the social media response. One comment that kept coming up during the game was that Angel and Camila should have received better treatment because they weren't getting the ball in the paint. This frustration extends beyond Reese's missed shots and concerns the team dynamic as a whole, as well as how the system appears to be failing the players. The system is meant to help fans see how the leadership hasn't improved, and they are vocal about it. Comments such as, "You had the whole off-season to fix your shooting mechanics and this is what you come out with," sum up the mood. Additionally, it seems like her skill is being wasted because of the threads that claim she isn't using her platform to develop into the player that everyone had anticipated she would be.
Coming from a Sky fan, Angel Reese is the worst basketball player I've ever watched. Woo. Woo.
However, it's not entirely bad. Reese's recent performance feels like more than just one poor game. It's a turning point that forces both fans and critics to reevaluate what the future holds for one of the league's most talked about young stars. Some fans and analysts point out that a strong personal brand can benefit both Ree and the league by attracting more sponsors and new viewers. There is no concrete evidence that her off-court activities are the cause of her struggles on the court. Rather, the real problem, at least for the time being, is that every missed shot and turnover gets magnified when expectations are this high.
They can't stand Tyler Marsh. Think he ought to get run out. And let's just start here. Let's start here. Worst plus minus.
Here's what I want to know. Will Marsh's promise adjustments help Angel get out of this slump? Please share your thoughts in the comment section and remember to subscribe for the next Sky Breakdown. With all eyes on Ree, the pressure is only increasing. Coach Marsh didn't just admit that the offense let her down. He promised to fix the spacing and make entry passes to the post a priority. Next game is a real chance for Ree to get back on track and show what she can do when the system actually works for her.